Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So we are on the last day of the entire level 1. So before we start, can we do a quick check-in? How you're feeling today? Let's do something different. Can we have some suggestions? We did the weather report. Can we have something similar? How to do check-ins? Something else, maybe?
Yes,
Let's
ma'am.
try.
May I?
Yes, please.
Describing our mood based on some series or some movies.
Yes, why not?
Some series maybe, because movies, I think we have done that. I think. I
Right.
don't remember.
Why not? Yes, absolutely. Let's do that then. Let's do with a movie name or a series name, or we have more suggestions. Colors, yes, that will also do. Colors. We all did with the Color My Life activity. So I'll talk a little bit of colors and what it means if you want to really know. Yes. So what's our mood today? You can pick up anything. It can be series, it can be colors. Come on. I know it's Sunday afternoon and no one feels like doing it, but I'm really sorry. I got caught up with a lot of things. That's the timing today. Pink color. Okay, pink, red. And what else? Green, yellow. All right. Blue, black. Okay. So I hope you'll have your own personal meanings also attached to it. And in the meanwhile, while you are putting in, I'll just quickly tell you what we are going to do today. We are going to work on the safe space activity. That will be more like a guided imagery technique with storytelling. And I'll be taking you through this guided imagery, where after which you need to engage in some artwork. So what you need is a few colored pencils or crayons or watercolor, whichever you have handy, and a sheet of paper. Okay, so one sheet of paper and a few colors you'll be needing for today. And I hope everyone has their work for the last 9 days, whatever you have been doing. If you have it placed in front of you, we'll do a quick art review. We generally do it at the end of, say, a few days, say 7 to 8 days or 10 days or 15 days. We do a quick review as to see how we progressed or what are the common themes which are coming up in our artwork. Okay, so are we ready? I'll come back to the coloring part and I'll just quickly touch upon the Zen tangles. I'm pretty sure you all did the mandala art. I'll just quickly touch upon the Zentangle part also. Okay, so we are ready, right? So this will be basically a guided imagery technique. Am I audible clearly to you? Please give me a thumbs up. If I'm
Yes,
not
ma'am.
audible properly, then please let me know, because hearing is very important here. Recordings, ma'am, there's a slight glitch in our YouTube channel. It's not getting uploaded, so I'll try doing it again today. Okay, just wait for today. I'll try and upload all the videos again. Okay, so are we ready? So all of you need to sit in a comfortable position. Okay, whichever way you are comfortable, and only listen to what I'm saying. There will be a light music which I'll try to play. Okay, and along with that, you just need to get into the flow and imagine certain things naturally. Do not force yourself to think anything, but something which comes very naturally in your visuals. This is basically a storytelling technique. Along with that, it will take you to uh, a kind of an imaginative place which will help you to relax. So whenever we do this activity, whenever we have a very heavy session, okay, or the person is feeling extremely low or bogged down, we generally do this at the end of the session where they can de-stress themselves. So this would be pretty quick, say 10 minutes or so, and then you will be following it up with your drawing. Okay, so that is optional. Drawing it out is optional. But if you are only individually doing this session alone, then you can always back it up with the drawing part. If you are doing it as a de-stressor, then just do it verbally and let the person engage in the same. Okay. Any questions before I start? Anything? Any questions you would like to ask? All right. Okay. So are we ready then? Please be seated in a comfortable position. Lie down or just relax and sit. Take some pillow if you want to. Only try to focus on my voice. Don't need to see the screen. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. All you need to do is focus on what I will be telling you. I'll be guiding you through. Imagine yourself walking down a street. You have been tired and weary. You feel very, very low. Something is upsetting you. And you decided to walk to get some fresh air and just be with yourself. As you walk down the imaginary streets, you wander into a place which is totally lonely, totally empty of people or any beings, and absolutely new to you. You keep on walking, and as your environment changes around you, you feel more and more relaxed. Imagine yourself in that place. How is it like? Is it a green field or rolling mountains or the seaside, the snow, the desert, or a barren land? or even a waterfall, or a garden, or a lake. You feel at home. You look around and feel happy to be in that place. Something makes you feel positive. You feel, I want to stay here. It makes me happy. After spending some time there, you get up, get a few things from the environment, and start building your home. This is my safe space. You slowly build your home, build a shelter out of the things you got. After you have spent building your safe space, you move out. Just beside your safe space, there's a water body. You go near it. You want to wash yourself of all the dirt, of all the tiredness. You take a dip in that water and you come out fresh and happy. You walk back to your safe space. You go inside. It's a magical place. Whatever you wish in your safe space will come in front of you. You slowly and gradually decorate the room with all the things you need or you want to keep in your safe space. You see yourself wishing for those things which you need there, which you love, which you care for. After decorating it, after spending some time there, you finally get up and say to yourself, it's time to go back to my life. But this is a place where I feel safe and I can come back anytime I want. I can build it more. I can bring someone with whom I'm comfortable and who is important for me. Feeling happy inside, you get up and retrace back to your reality. But this time, the world is much more better and much more happier. than when you left it. Okay, you can open your eyes slowly. We'll just pause for a few seconds and then maybe you can tell me how you felt during the process. Anyone who would like to talk about it? Super relaxing. Okay. Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am. May I?
Yes, please, Mansi.
It was very relaxing. What
Mhm.
when you asked me to like when you asked us to imagine a street, you're going down somewhere tired.
Mhm.
And I imagine a bright sunny day.
Okay.
I'm walking, I'm walking on a street, like it's kind of an aisle. Both on both the sides there are houses,
Mhm.
empty. I don't know whether it's empty or not, but there are houses.
Mhm. Okay.
Walking, and I don't find any person, anything.
Mhm.
And when you ask
Okay.
to suddenly go in an environment, like a different environment where you feel good at ease,
Mhm.
I imagined, I automatically landed in a place where there was mountains,
Mhm.
greenery, or around people were enjoying. There were flowers. There was a lake. Children were playing. I sat
Right.
there and
That's fine. That's okay. So that's your peace place, basically. See, this is a safe space technique which is done through guided imagery. When you're doing with your clients, be linger on the moments a little bit more. You can spend more time, be more descriptive, but do not give them any concrete guidance. Like you will guide them through, but whatever you visualize is your space. Okay, it is not me telling you to visualize anything. As you're saying, it was a very happy place. When you started off, also, it's a happy place. That's okay. This comes in when the person is feeling very, distressed. Right now, all of you may not be distressed at all. Okay, maybe one or two of us may be distressed. That uh, that feeling of heaviness only comes when you are actually in reality very distressed or confused. Okay, but if your life is going smooth, if everything is fine, it's difficult to perceive that emotion in your visuals. But just in order to train you all, show you how to do it, I had scripted this basically to understand. But it's absolutely okay for you all to imagine a happy place first thing when you started off. Okay. So it is just for an indicator that you can start off this way with a heavy feeling and then you know how to control your heavy feelings through this safe space technique. All right. I hope this particular part is clear.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, Madhurima, ma'am. Yeah, tell me.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, sometimes I notice one thing
ma'am.
during the process. Sometimes I break the flow.
Okay.
Like why it happens?
Break the flow in the sense. Can you elaborate a little?
The visualization,
Mm-hmm.
as you said, and I was during the process. Sometimes for a second or maybe for a while, I just break the flow, and after that,
Okay.
again come back.
Okay. So were you thinking about something else?
No.
Your mind was blank at that point of time, or
Yes.
how would you
Yes. Yes.
describe?
Sometimes it happens. Yes.
Maybe it might be due to a lot of stress which has piled up because this requires a lot of concentration, and when you're doing it in person, it is more effective rather than the online part. Okay, it might be due to a lot of things which are going on in your mind which is not letting you relax. It might be a lot of work around you or stress around you which may have led to this blank phases. Yes, Agarika ma'am, please go ahead.
Uh, Hello. Sorry, I'm not very well today. Still, I just want to share one thing. This is a much needed thing for me.
Yes, yes,
You
please.
just now said, I really felt so relaxed after this. I really
Thank
need
you
to
so much.
need to go to that place I wanted to.
Yes, yes.
So thank you very
I'm
much for
glad you felt relaxed. That's great.
thank you very
So,
much.
most welcome. So, this is basically a very short technique to get you to that peace place. And once you start imagining this peace place, it the brain is tricked into believing that you are rested, you are, de-stressed to a large extent. What you can do right after this is maybe draw out whatever you visualized. Okay, drawing out whatever you visualized will help you to fixate with your safe space. Okay, so can we spend some time drawing it out and see what all colors you are using and what all things are coming up, whether it's hills, whether it's snow, whether it's, desert area. Because I myself saw right now, to be in the Grand Canyon. I don't know. This was the place which I saw. I never had visualized this earlier. It was always about a jungle, and my safe space was inside a jungle beside a small, pool of water. But right now, when I was doing it with you, I saw myself amidst the Grand Canyon kind of terrain, and then uh, there were rocks, there were boulders and all. Okay, so of course these have certain uh, subconscious implications, but right now we'll just explore the safe space. Yes, Manasi? Sorry, I think she disconnected. Okay, any other questions you want to ask right now?
Yes, ma'am.
You can
Just
draw it out in the meanwhile. Yes, Manasi.
I'm sorry. I was kind of logged out.
Mhm.
Ma'am, when you said that imagine things which you need, which you want,
Mhm.
the first thing which came in my mind is my mom, my sister, and my grandmom. So,
Mhm.
ma'am, does it mean something? Does it imply
Definitely,
that?
it has implications because see, our unconscious mind will have a lot of conversations with our reality through symbols. Okay, of course, meeting your mom and your grandmom and your sister or whoever you saw in that safe space will imply that they are the integral part of your life, but at the same time, there might be certain insecurities or conflicts related to them. Okay, so try to understand what is actually right now happening with you, which may give rise to this insecurity that I need them desperately there. Otherwise, I can't do with it.
Okay. And
Okay.
ma'am, one more thing. I kind of forced myself to imagine my cell phone, but I could not. I literally could not. That was the thing I avoided. I wanted to avoid that time.
Uh-huh. So just try to figure out whether your usage of cell phone is appropriate or not. Is it? Or maybe there are communication problems which are right now going on. Because see, telephone, cell phones, anything which is related to basic needs of communication may lead to a symbolization of communication errors or maybe inability to express yourself appropriately. So try to kind of gauge in those ways.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So anything with surfaces, you can draw it out in your room, what you pictured. You can either draw your room's safe space or you can draw the area in which your safe space is located. It can be green fields, it can be garden, it can be a desert or seaside. Maybe you can draw it out and work on it. And most importantly, what all things which you imagined in your safe space. Okay, what are the things which you imagined? As she said, the cell phone, she was trying not to get in there. Maybe that kind, maybe you know, an indicator that somewhere maybe she's overusing the phone. That may lead to a lot of problems. So that's our trend right now in the lockdown. Okay, someone right. Here I saw empty streets leading me to a religious center. I was all alone there and I cried and felt peaceful because I was all alone there. It was my place. I felt happy and safe as if God only mine at that moment. No one with me, just me. Okay. So that might be an indicator that you need to vent out somewhere. So since you saw yourself crying or shedding tears, crying is also cathartic. Crying help us to deal with our emotions a lot. So I'm glad you felt at peace. Anyone else? Yes, please. Shiaz, right? If I'm not wrong. Your name? Please go ahead, ask. I don't know what happened. Yes, Kumud ma'am, please go ahead.
मैम आपने जब बुरा सोचने के लिए मेरे दिमाग में यही आया था कि व्हेन आई एम टायर्ड मुझे घाट याद आते हैं। मैं घाट के पास अकेले बैठ के मुझे कुछ लिखना पसंद आता है। दैट जो भी कुछ हो जाए, या फिर मेरी डेली लाइफ की इश्यूज हो या फिर कुछ भी।
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. जो भी हो, whatever works for you. Okay, for the safe
वहाँ पे
space,
बहुत सारे
there's
लोग
no
होते हैं,
right
फिर
to.
भी
बोलिए.
मुझे ये लगता है कि दैट आई एम अलोन देयर।
See, all of us, we need a me time. No matter how many people there are in our lives, we always need to, seclude ourselves sometimes and relax ourselves. So this can be a very quick way of relaxing, because guided imagery tricks your brain into thinking it is reality. Okay, there's a neurophysiological part to
Yes,
it as
ma'am.
well. So if you get a chance to read about art and neuropsychology, please go ahead and read it. It's really interesting how your brain is tricked through what you imagine and what you think. And especially if there's someone telling you, you get more influenced by it. It's more like a self hypnosis you're getting into. Okay, so do we move on to
Okay,
the
ma'am.
next part? Like what all colors you're using, what all things you have drawn. Let's talk a little bit about the symbols also, because it's pretty interesting deciphering symbols. I wouldn't encourage you to right now go into analyzing symbols, but yes, one or two things which we can discuss. A few things which we can discuss. If someone is in severe distress, should we start? No. Never start off with this activity. If you feel that yes, talk therapy will help them, first of all, release whatever is inside. This will help with a roundup session. And when they are drawing, they are engaging in some art activity, it will help them further de-stress. And then when you're talking about colors and you're talking about the symbols, do not analyze and give it to them right away. But you can always ask them that how is it significant to you? Whatever you have drawn, how is it significant? If you feel that yes, you do not have those things, what can be one small thing that can lead you to change this? So this will be way towards the end, not right away. Okay, do not start off a session, avoid starting off a session with this particular thing. Only if you feel the person really needs to vent out and, there's a total block of conversation with the person, you can do certain small guided imagery, techniques with them. And I'll send you a few more, which are very pretty easy to work out, which are easy to conduct also. They can do it for themselves. Okay, those are called what ifs. It's by Zimmerman. It's called the what ifs. There are certain situations and some drawings, and you just need to fill up a few things which can lead to instant enlightenment. Okay, you can do those, a few of those as well. Severe distress will need a lot of CBT, a lot of talk therapy rather than only guided visual imagery. You can follow it up with muscle relaxation also. Okay, that will help vent out or release that kind of a negative or hopelessness which they generally have. Okay, so has anyone done it? I would love to see it. If not, that's okay. You can complete it as an assignment. But I would like to, wow, great. Sagarika ma'am has done it. Okay, Webabi ma'am has also done it. Great. How do you feel about it? Like when you look at it, how do you feel about it? Write down a few maybe sentences with that, which can help you, understand the implications better. Yes, I'll be sending all the materials through email, all the recordings also. Recording is taking a little bit time. I don't know, maybe because of the files are so heavy. But it will be sent via mail within this week. Okay, along with your assignments. For assignments, you just need to work on whatever we did. Just compile it together, convert it into a PDF or video format or whichever format you want to. We'll send you the link to upload. Okay, so what you do is put all your work in your Drive folder and you will get a space to just copy paste the link and give access to all. Otherwise, we have difficulty accessing your assignments. Okay, when you are sharing your Drive folder, you will just give the privacy thing as access to all. Assignments, whatever we did till today. Okay, so that will be your assignment. How you felt about it, how did you engage in that? That will be your assignment, nothing separate. And we'll do a quick art review right now. So if you can just switch on your video, show me your work if you have it already. Yes, PDF will also work, no problem. But please upload in your own Gmail drive and just share us the link. We'll be sending you the link assignment. Do not mail us. Okay, otherwise it becomes very, very cumbersome. There are over 1,000 registrations and people are sending mail, so it becomes a little difficult. Okay, so we go to the quick review part now. What we do is lay out all our work, what we have been doing, whatever you have in hand, just lay it out one after the other, not in any order. Okay, even if we have forgotten about which day we did what, we just lay it out in front of us. Sagarika ma'am has, worked really hard on this. Great. I'm pretty sure all of you have. Great, great. That's wonderful. Okay, that's the broken piece part, right?
Broken piece of my
Mine
cup.
is in a booklet form, so I
Yes,
cannot.
yes, absolutely. Works perfect. Perfect. So what, whether it's a booklet or you have laid it out, fine. I'm so glad to see so many worked on it. I'm so, so glad and thank you so much.
Ma'am, I just wanted to tell something. That last exercise, no, that broken and beautiful. My house is a problem. My mama does not let any broken thing to be kept. So this is what I did. I wrote it, I tore it, and I stuck it again.
Wow. Wonderful.
okay,
Yes,
ma'am?
yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I thought
Love
I'll
it.
break a cup myself, but then mama, so I just kept quiet.
Oh no, ekdam perfect.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful. Great. So what we'll do is now figure out the first thing. What we do is we put it out, we lay it out, and this part becomes really very interesting. My first question to you is, do you see any common theme? Theme in the sense either through lines or through colors. These are the two quick things which we generally look into. And then we go on to the, the pencil pressure or the color pressure. Did we use similar colors for the last 9 days, 10 days?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I can see that I am drawing lots of trees and I'm using green color, flowers, like nature things, natural things more.
Right. Okay, great. What about shapes now? You'll see your writing pattern or your whatever you have drawn. Either it's very edgy, Either it's very light or dark or circular or wavy. These are the patterns which generally surface.
Okay. I think they are wavy more.
There
Because
can
here
be
writing,
circular. Yes,
for
yes.
writing my name, I was little conscious. So this is a
Mhm.
different thing. But here when I'm writing things, I
Mhm.
think it looks little wavy,
Yes.
not very edgy or circular.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Others may also have this particular trend. When I used to do, or I still do, I come up with more of circles everywhere. Even if I don't want, it comes naturally to me. So for you also, maybe there's a pattern. There may not be any pattern, but that also has implications. But just in case, there may be a lot of hearts, there may be a lot of flowers, there may be a lot of plants or trees or clouds or rain or sun. These symbols come up very often, and you'll see it keeps on repeating in everything you are doing. We just did 10 activities, but that will also show up somewhere. Yes, Manasi, go ahead.
Ma'am, I think lines are very common in my geometric shapes, lines and dots.
Okay, yes. Okay.
And and a butterfly is very common, and trees
Mm-hmm.
and whirly shaped humans.
Okay, okay. So it's more like angular stick figures and all those things are coming up, right?
Yes.
Lines, as you said.
Ma'am,
Absolutely. Okay.
you can have a look.
Right, right.
Again, a butterfly.
Leaving the mandala, most of you will have common themes. Mandala was more of a directive technique, definitely. But you can look into the colors also, whatever colors you used. There will be a common pattern of colors which are recurring, you will see. As Agrika ma'am said, that it's more of green and yellow and all. So what is your basic observation about your patterns? See, I'll tell you the basic, very ground level analysis of patterns. And when we did shapes in nature as well, you'll see there are circular patterns, there are parallel patterns, there are branchings, there are straight lines. So with human nature also, when you have more of angular things, more of angles and straight lines and, deep lines, it generally reflects a logical mind. The person is more oriented towards logic and analysis based understanding. Okay. On the other hand, if it's more wavy and it's curvy, it's more about your emotional or empathetic engagement. Now, that doesn't mean that if I have drawn straight lines, I am a person without empathy. That's not the thing. But my dominant style is more to do with logic, or maybe I have learned how to hide my emotions. Okay, and circular may be finding yourself or closing down. Circles, maybe you're keeping a lot of things to yourself and you're focusing on yourself more. A lot of zigzag lines, haywire lines. There's a lot of darkened spaces, whichever color you're using. There's a lot of darkened spaces that may give implications that there's a lot of frustration or stress build up inside your body. It may be anger, it may be frustration, it may be jealousy, all the negative emotion pile up. And if you're doing dots in graphology, they have this particular concept of memory dots. There are certain memories which are sporadic in nature, which comes as flashbulb kind of a thing, memory systems. Circles are more towards yourself. As you have learned in mandala, it's more towards composure, it's more towards finding yourself. Alternatively, it can be something which you are constantly piling up inside, storing up inside. Spirals, on the other hand, it's more to do with, you have to look into the spiral part, whether it's going outward or going inward, how the person has drawn. So if you have noticed that, that may imply either reaching out or getting inside. Whether the spiral is spiraling outward, it means a need for external support. Okay, and if it's inside, that means a need to keep quiet for some time or self-composure. Baby generally represents emotional involvement more often. The dominant style is towards emotional involvement rather than logical involvement. You get easily engaged with something or someone emotionally rather than understanding what is right, what is wrong, what will happen. Okay, so these are the basic patterns which surface. Along with that, now we have certain major symbols. Major symbols can be butterflies, flowers. Even if you don't know the exact meanings, what you do is try to attach certain personal meanings to it. Like, for instance, anything which flies in psychotherapy, which we generally have, psychodynamic theory, which we have, anything which flies gives a sense of anxiety. It's fluttering. Anxiety is related to fluttering. So if you have a lot of flutter, like clouds flowing, wind blowing, butterflies hovering, or birds hovering, anything flying gives rise to a sense of anxiety. So if there are certain pent-up anxieties, these symbols might come up very often. Flowers, greenery, all these are related to external support system, friends, family, something bright and peaceful where you can get happiness from. Water bodies, anything related to water may be giving rise to your instinctual capacities, either your mother figure or your sexual instincts. Water is related to that, your basic physiological needs. Okay, and the sky, the vastness or space may relate again to anxiousness, emptiness, or maybe imaginative realm. You keep on imagining things a lot. So these are a few pointers. There can be several more. Mountains denote your ambition. How big is your ambition? Or if you have drawn a terrain and if there are no mountains, there are certain flat lands, it may be a lack of interest in whatever you're doing. So these are certain implications, but this goes deep into analysis, but which I would like you all to avoid at the moment, because what you do is try to find out your own personal meanings to it. Like, how do you feel looking at your art? What is the first thing which comes to your mind? These are the questions which you can ask yourself. Is there any specific pattern? Have I named my artwork in a specific pattern? What you do is group them together. If you see certain patterns coming up, just group them together in pockets. Say first 3 activities has a specific pattern, the next 2 has certain patterns. So we explored certain areas of our life through these patterns, and you'll exactly see how they are summing up. Okay, any questions here at this moment? Anything? Anything you would like to add on or ask? Colors has a very interesting aspect to it, but it takes a whole lot of time to analyze colors. But quickly, if I have to review it, colors basically are the part of our light spectrum. Okay, it has certain effects on us, physiological, biochemical, as well as psychological effects. So if we just go by the superficial part of color analysis, not going into the science behind it, what I can say is red reaches you the fastest, and that's why it's a danger signal. It may be related to your passion, or it may be related to your anger issues. If you see a lot of red, it shows that you have a lot of energy, basically, which needs attention. It can be, if you have used too much of red, there can be anger issues, there can be certain hyperactivity in the person as well. Okay. Second one, we come to orange. Orange is a very positive color, which gives you a lot of positivity inside. So people who are really feeling low, you can suggest them to use the color orange more often rather than using red. So people are feeling very, stressed out or lethargic or sleepy or lack of energy, and start safely using orange in their everyday life. Or maybe even coloring a small piece of paper will help. Every day, maybe that activity can be engaged in. The third is yellow. Yellow is a concentration color, but if it's overused, it can be a sign of anxiety or maybe something which the person is trying to hide. Okay, yellow is meant for that, but otherwise it's a positive color if it's used in moderation. Then we have next is green. Now green is very interesting. Green is neither a warm color nor a cold color. So green is a balanced color. Whenever you see green, you are in a state of balancing yourself. You want to be at peace and you want to calm yourself down, like slowing your body, basically. And it's a great healing color. So whenever you will go to a doctor, they will ask you to eat vegetables which are green. They'll ask you to look at greenery, be around green. So that has the most balanced vibration, you can say, which is good for your health, both physiological as well as psychological. Next would be your blue. Now blue is a calming color as well as your communication color. These are the two implications of blue. Blue basically calms your body down. It brings you down to a low energy level, and that's why it helps you to regulate your emotions. If you are too excited, too much into any kind of emotion, blue can help you calm down and clear your communication channels. Purple or violet, on the other hand, is good in moderation, but if you have too much of it in all your drawings, it may reflect that you're always living in your imaginary world. Okay, that might be a little, you have to be cautious about that, because are you spending more time imagining things rather than doing things? Okay, it's basically a spiritual color. It's more related to cosmic rays, because right after purple or violet, you will have ultraviolet rays. So it's towards the cosmic range, and it's not an earthly color. So what happens here is, if you are engaging yourself into too much of daydreaming and you're not concentrating, this purple color comes up very often. You'll have a lot of students coloring in purple or yellow. Okay, you can keep a check on those. If the student is doing that more often, you may suggest alternatives as to do a lot of grounding exercises. Because if you're too royal, purple was supposed to be a royal color. If you're too royal all the time, always you'll think that, yes, things will get itself done. I don't need to put in effort. Okay. Which colors am I left with? Okay, black. Black is not a negative color. Many of us have a notion that black is a negative color, but not actually. Because if you are using black when you are stressed out, or you are feeling extremely anxious, black gives you composure. It has a specific contour which gives you more confidence. But if you're using too much of black, that can lead to bluntness. That means you block out others' viewpoints. You don't want to think about others at all. And you have that kind of a notion that you are absorbing others' energy as well, because black absorbs everything. It is a lack of color. Okay, it absorbs everything inside. So whenever you are using black, even if you're wearing black, if you don't want to, pick up others' energies, avoid wearing black. Okay. And we are left with pink, right? Pink is basically an empathy color. But again, if you're using it too often, if you are heavily using pink, it may be that you're becoming too emotional about certain things. So there has to be a reality check. Countering with blue will always help, because blue makes you or gives you certain communication channels. White is a reflectory color where you are discarding all sorts of energies from around your environment. So if a person is using a lot of blank space, say the paper is kept most of it white, you're using more of white spaces, very little color on it, it may give rise to a fact that you are trying to avoid what is going on around you. Okay, you are trying to reject everything, not take in anything. Gray and brown are in sync with each other because those are mature colors, maturity colors. If you are using a lot of gray or brown, it may indicate you're bored. There's a kind of a boredom or over maturity. Especially you have to relate it with your age. If you're in your 20s or maybe your teenagers or even in early 30s, if you're using a lot of gray and brown, that can indicate that the person is really kind of sick and tired of their lives. So moderation is fine because that is required. If you feel that the person is immature, using gray and brown will help them become much more composed. Okay, I think the entire list is covered. Any more colors which I missed out? Any more colors which I missed out? I don't think so. So any questions here? You'll see a lot of color patterns also coming up in your work. You'll be able to understand that, yes, this may be the mood. And a word of caution here, do not judge the person or yourself just based on this work because it keeps on changing with over time and you have more techniques to get involved. Or even if you redo these techniques, you will see that the entire thing changes with your mood and your situation. So whenever we are engaging in self-exploratory art, you will see that it is related to the specific time, not what has happened or what the trauma themes are coming up, though that is for the analysis part. Yes, Madhurima ma'am.
So, ma'am, our liking is also denotes this thing.
Liking to an extent, yes, but our liking also, if you're talking about especially colors, our liking also surfaces from our emotions. Okay, because it's a specific wavelength of colors which we are resonating with. Sometimes if you kind of analyze yourself, you are drawn towards particular colors. Sometimes you are not. So it keeps on changing with the mood you are into. Mood also gives rise to a lot of wavelengths within us, which we are not aware of, which we cannot see.
And ma'am, I have another questions from
Yes,
the
yes.
first day assignment activity. Ma'am, as you said, to write down one adjective with first letter of the name. So it can be, it has to be only in English or it has to be in
any language.
Mother tongue also.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You're free to write anything. Even if you don't write, any symbol will also work, which you feel is relating to your name. Okay. Someone has a question. What if it's a mix of yellow and orange? If that's the theme, then is it anxiety or calmness or conflict with emotions? See, I'm not talking about only one color coming up. Okay, because you will see a pattern. If you see a pattern of colors coming up, it may indicate that that's your current state of mind. Now, yellow and orange are warm colors. Okay, it's towards positivity. So it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But see if there's an exponential way yellow has been used or not. Also, orange. If a person is too positive or too optimistic all the time, that is also something which is, which lands up to be negative sometimes. So just a word of caution, maybe you can throw it in. That how do you feel about this particular thing which you have drawn? How do you feel about your current situation? Or maybe you can do a quick check-in with the anxiety level. If you feel that, yes, it raises a question. Okay, and it has to come up more often. Like in psychology, we have this DSM criteria that it has to happen for 1 month. And then only we can term it as a disorder. Or even these parallel art therapy things also, it has to reoccur again and again. It should be a pattern, not a one-time occurrence. Okay, one-time occurrences we generally have where we have a lot of, say, kind of one particular thing coming up. See, the entire page is like scribbled with totally black, dark color pencils or crayons, then we can say that yes, something is going on right now. There is an indicator of frustration somewhere, but not otherwise. Okay, I hope that clears your question. Yes, Manasi?
Ma'am, if someone
Yeah.
is very particular about certain colors or the way that object needs to be filled with color,
Mhm.
could that be related to OCD?
No, not at all. Color selection is related to your emotions, not your physiological traits.
Okay.
Okay,
Then,
OCD is a very, it is very difficult to say whether the person has OCD just with color analysis. It's not possible to say that. Okay, and I
ma'am,
would
someone
recommend you to avoid that. Okay, OCD has a specific personality pattern where there are certain thoughts and actions which are interrelated. Color selection may not be that rigid, but there can be patterns which are coming up, but do not jump into conclusion only through, a specific behavior.
okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, any more questions? Anything? So before ending, maybe a few words from y'all, what you like, what you did not like, what would you love to learn further. It would be great if we can have short feedback, maybe, or any other questions you would like to go ahead.
It
Pencil
was a
pressure.
wonderful. Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Just 1 minute. Pencil pressure. Yes. Pencil pressure has an implication. If it's too hard, that means there's a lack of confidence issue. There is a confidence issue, or maybe there's a lot of aggression or anger within the person or the child. Assignment mail, you will receive it day after tomorrow. We'll send you all the details over there. Okay, how you will upload it and when you will get your certificates. So we'll give you all the details. Don't worry. Yes, Babu. Aarti ma'am first.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it was a wonderful session. We think that we know ourselves very well, but after these activities, there's so much that we've discovered about ourselves, and I think there's much more to understand about ourselves. So, looking forward for level 2 of art
Yes,
therapy
doing
whenever you are
ours.
conducting. It was a very nice session, ma'am, and all the facilitators, they were very patient throughout, because most of us are very new to such things,
Yes.
and very well explained, ma'am. Thank
We
you
are
so
so
much.
glad. Thank you for joining and being with us for so long. Thank you. Yes,
Thank you.
Vaishnavi ma'am.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask the same thing Aarti ma'am said, that I'm looking forward for level 2 program.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Means a lot for us. Yes, any questions from your end? Anything you would like to ask? Assignments will be sent again, I'm telling you, with all the video links. So don't worry, we'll give you enough time to submit, and you will get your certificates in a PDF format, because there are so many people who have enrolled. Maybe all of them are not, attending it live, but we have almost around more than 1,000 people who have enrolled. So it will take a little bit time to get your certificates done. We'll send it in one PDF. What you need to do is download, convert it into maybe JPEG, and extract your certificate, because individually sending will be very difficult for us. Okay, and all the materials which will be there, we'll put it in our drive folder. So once you send in your assignments, 10 days from then, we'll give you a date when we'll be sending the certificates. It will be all mentioned in the mail. Yes, ma'am. Manya. Yes, Manya, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. So, this is something I wanted to know. While doing all the activities, it was very, hard for me somewhat because I wanted it to be perfect, but I also knew that it cannot be. So, um, it was a point of struggle where I didn't know how to, I stopped in middle, अगर मैंने इससे आगे किया I'll ruin it. So that.
Okay, maybe from this you can take it as a learning. It's okay even if you have not completed all. But next time when you engage in something, maybe you can give it a try as to how you can change it. Maybe you can push a little further, if not totally done. So I think small steps will take you to what you need to achieve. And thank you for sharing. Thanks a lot for sharing. On this note, we'll have a support group as well sometime soon, where you can come and share your experience, come and share what you felt you could not achieve within these 10 days. So we'll have a support group, we can discuss, a small support group. So whatever queries you have, doubts you have, because after this, once you go through your entire review, you will have a lot of questions in mind coming up. Yes, Swapnila? Go ahead.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, in the initial meetings, there was a lot of people who were joining in. So I missed second and third session. So I wanted to ask that will we get any recordings for that?
Yes. It's already there on YouTube. A few of them did not get uploaded due to some technical issues. So
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
looking into it. Okay, so you'll get
Okay,
the
ma'am.
recording by this 1 or 2 days at the max.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Yes, Manasi?
Ma'am, just wanted to thank you and give my feedback that these 10 days really helped me a lot. Like what I perceived back like before 10 days, like art therapy is only for those who can really express through artistic drawings or like some mandala or some uh, using clay techniques and all. But now I have understood like what actually it is. And ma'am, actually I am a student. I'm currently pursuing my master's in psychology and I have future plans to pursue this. So while preparing my files, I have used these activities as a relaxation techniques to refer those clients.
Wow,
So these
that's nice. I'm so
really,
happy. I'm happy.
like really,
That's great.
really helped. And ma'am, also when I started, I'm not at all good at drawing or painting and all. When I started, I was very like stressed out. Ki, Arey, check hoga, people will look at my drawing, achhi nahi hai," and all that. But later on, I realized no, it is not about drawing. It is about expressing. It is about releasing. It is about relaxation. So these things have really helped, and even I am looking forward for art therapy session point two.
Thank you so much. Means a lot. And I'm so glad. And that would be the best way to place it, I guess, what art therapy is all about. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am, actually. Thank you for coming up with such a great
we're all
workshop.
glad. Yes, Agrika ma'am.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, ma'am, for accommodating me after 5 days of the program.
Not
So
at all.
it's so nice, and it's right time when I joined your program, and really the same thing what Aarti ma'am said, we are discovering too much of us. Like
Yeah.
actually now I can feel कि हम पहचानते ही नहीं अपने आप को. So really looking forward for second level
Sure.
program,
We'll be
and
glad.
thank you very much. I'm waiting
Thank you.
for day 5 and 6 videos
Yes,
actually.
yes. We'll upload it,
Okay,
ma'am.
no issues.
It's
No issues.
actually
Okay.
uploaded, but somewhere it did not get processed. So it's still hung there. I don't know what's wrong. So I'll try again redoing the entire thing.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
About the assignments, Mud ma'am, it's all about the 10 days work which you have done. You can convert it into a PDF, you can convert into JPEG, or you can take a video of the things, in any format you want to. And we'll send you an assignment link where you need to just copy paste the drive link where you have uploaded the same. Okay, I hope that answers. Himlata ma'am, yes, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for this 10 days workshop. First, actually, I've joined before a stress management workshop by Emojar. I was so impressed with the technique they have taught in that for stress management that I wanted to learn more and explore myself and express myself better. And this workshop that you have organized has really helped me. And I'm looking forward for the next level And next, whatever, I am willing to join everything that you will be offering so that I can explore myself and I can be a better person. Like it is a
Yes,
self
sure.
improvement for me. We're offering
Thank
to
you.
the courses.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Shubhra ma'am, yes, please.
First of all, you are an excellent trainer,
Oh my God.
and
Thank
yeah,
you.
I really love your voice, and the way of presentation is so nice and warm. And secondly, whatever the programs Emojar are flowing, they are also helping psychologists, because they never get a chance to rediscover themselves and learn about themselves. So that is helping us in a therapeutic way. And thank you so much for coming up for all this.
Thanks from my entire team of Emoja there. They have been working really very hard. And thank you all of you for joining in, being with us, believing in us, and liking our programs as well. So with that note, we call it a day today, but we'll definitely meet with other programs lined up. So just stay tuned and do follow our YouTube channel and Instagram. That's where we post a lot of things, and even Facebook, whichever is feasible for you. Thank you so much once again, and do take care of yourself. If you have any questions, do send it to us. We are there on Telegram group, WhatsApp groups. I'm pretty sure most of you are there. So we'll meet again. We'll send you all of the support group as well as your assignments and certificates very soon, within 2 days. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Take care, all of you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
ma'am.
Bye.